Hey everybody, Motorpoet59 here. My governor's an idiot. The Democrats that help him run this state are idiots. The people, the liberals who support this idiot governor and his idiot minions are idiots. Sorry. I used to try to not say things like that because maybe there are some people who voted for Newsom hoping for something different or whatever, but it's beyond that. It's way beyond that. He's been recalled. The recall election is going to happen. I still think that he will retain his governorship. I don't think that the Republicans have anything to throw at him. It doesn't seem like they're even trying. Caitlyn Jenner is still this biggest name. I did a video on how I feel about all that already. But anyway, what I want to talk about is this rent forgiveness bill, where all these people who didn't pay their rent during the pandemic, and a lot of them, it's not that they couldn't, it's just that they didn't. Hey, my neighbor ain't paying his rent, I'm not going to pay mine. They can't throw me out. They can't evict me. And I'll work out a payment plan with them in the future. Well, now they don't have to work out a payment plan. They don't have to worry about it. I don't know if you're going to have to actually show proof that you couldn't pay your rent for some reason, or your mortgage, or whatever. I don't know if what kind of proof you're actually going to have to show that you couldn't pay your rent. It's millions of people. Millions of people. You got somebody up there that's going to look at all this? I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be part of the tax year thing, where that will be something in the taxes, where that will be a right. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's ridiculous, whatever it is. The people who rented these houses out, the landlords, the property owners, they aren't getting forgiveness from their lending institutions, from the people who loaned them the money to purchase these properties. And just because some of these people are horrendously wealthy and maybe it won't hurt them, that's not the point. They made the investment for these rental properties, and now they're not going to get paid. Is the government going to pay these people? Is the government also going to pay the property owners? Are they going to make things right with them? Of course they're not going to. If they tried to do that, the rank and file Democrats would throw a raging, screaming fit. Even if they were wealthy, they'd still be pissed off about it. When you buy something, when you rent something, when you make an obligation, when you create an obligation to give someone money for something, that is your obligation. That's not the government's obligation. And by saying that that's not the government's obligation, I'm saying that's not the taxpayer obligation. I shouldn't have to pay your rent with my tax dollars. Nobody ever paid my rent. I was on the verge of eviction a couple of times when I was younger, and no one ever helped me out. And in those instances, I had just had a child. I had a ton of medical bills because the job I had didn't provide me with insurance. I had all these bills. I couldn't afford to pay the rent and feed my kids. I couldn't afford to pay the rent and feed my daughter too. That was my oldest daughter back in 1982, and things got really, really, really tight. And fortunately, I was able to make some arrangements with the people that I rented this house from at the time. They were understanding of my problems, but I made it right myself. They gave me a little juggle around some things, and they were able to work something out, and I worked it out, and I took care of it, not the taxpayers. I don't know. I think it's absolutely ludicrous that people are being forgiven their debt. And the reason they're being forgiven their debt, that I find it absolutely ludicrous that people are being forgiven their rent. This isn't like a student loan, which I don't think we ought to have to pay for either, but this is just rent. This is rent. I just don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. What the government should be doing is offering these people government loans at a super low or no interest rate that they can pay these bills back. and the property owners would just have to be okay with that. But now they're just, the way it is right now, this property owner is just going to eat these losses. The taxpayers are going to eat these losses. And a lot of the people who didn't pay their rent all this time don't pay taxes because of their financial situations. Their income's low or whatever. So they end up not having to actually pay any taxes. They get everything that they paid in back. You know, quite a few people, young people, that were in that boat. None of those young people that I'm talking about, though, were none of those young people I'm talking about lost their jobs, or they weren't put in a position where they couldn't pay their rent. And that's cool for them. But I don't like the idea of the taxpayer suddenly taking on all this debt for things they had absolutely no control over. And they can't vote on it or nothing. They just do it. And this, my idiot of a governor, is doing this. And he's doing it right now. He may have done it anyway because he's an idiot. But he's doing it right now to curry favor for the recall election. You can bet your ass that's why he's doing it, for no other reason. Gavin Newsom doesn't care about, he's just like any other Democrat. He does not care about you. He doesn't care about you if you're a Democrat or Republican. He doesn't care about you if you're black or poor or rich or white or yellow or purple or dying or having a great life. He doesn't care. All he cares about is himself, his legacy, and is taking care of the minions that got him and taking care of those who got him where he is. And as I've said in other videos, and as I said in this one, I think he'll continue to be our governor, but I think once the recall election is over, if he wins it, which I think he will, he's going to go back to being his arrogant piece of crap self. What do you think? What do you think about paying for other people's issues like that? You okay with it? You kind of okay with it? You understand it? You hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. See you all later.